A new Gallup poll found that more than 2/3 of Americans believe in hell, but they don't agree on where it is, what it means, or how you get there. Tonight, Bill Weir has some answers. He's here with us today. You've got this special hour-long report on 2020 tonight called Hell, the Fear, and the Fascination. And you talked to one guy who says he believes he's been to heaven and hell and come back?
And he has, yeah. This is an ancient phenomenon there, and really every culture has some version of a horrible life after death. The Quran tells of the Prophet Muhammad's journey to hell and back, and many Christians believe that's where Jesus spent 3 days after his crucifixion. And then there's Matthew Dovel, an Alaska man who says he went to heaven once and liked it so much he killed himself to return.
I call myself a hostile witness to heaven and hell.
The first time he died, Matthew Dovel was 12, trying to swim the entire length of a pool underwater.
I was completely out of breath. The instant that I took the breath of water in, a white light engulfed me, and I flashed back over my life. And out of the middle of the light came an individual, just a beautiful creature, and it was Jesus Christ. And he grabbed me by the wrist and said, "You got to go back." I'm instantly on the side of the pool, on my back.
He had been rescued by his friends, but that glimpse into the afterlife left him confused and profoundly depressed. The next decade became a constant cycle of booze and cocaine-fueled binges.
I just said, I can't live like this another day. At that moment, I chose to commit suicide. It was like a joy came over me. It would be the answer to all my problems, and I get to go back to heaven.
He bought his favorite gin and 3 bottles of sleeping pills, and then drove to a remote bird sanctuary near his home in Anchorage, Alaska. You're drinking the gin.
Right.
You're in the front seat of your car.
Right. And I get a flash of light, and I'm suddenly outside. And I'm thinking, how the heck did I get out here? And I noticed that there's no color. Everything's gray. And I put my head back, and the moment I closed my eye, there's another flash. And I'm in mid-free fall into a pit that's pitch black.
His lifelong wish to return to heaven had ended in a personal vision of hell. So it was hot.
It was extremely hot, very humid and dense. And I'm experiencing all the people that I had met throughout my life. They would come to me and get within my face and start pushing and screaming, and I would relive a moment that I'd caused them pain.
So did Matthew actually visit hell, or was his journey a drug-fueled hallucination, or a trick played by neurons frantically firing in a dying brain? Counselor and educator Jan Holden has interviewed hundreds of people who are convinced they've been to the other side and back.
They say that it's absolutely real, and that their consciousness is functioning much like it does in the body, except for some sort of additional abilities.
There have been more than 12 million documented near-death experiences just in America in recent years, and only a small percentage of those are hellish experiences. And a lot of researchers like Jan wonder if it's the stigma. People are afraid. Most 90% say they go to heaven.
So tell us more about this trick of the brain theory. I'm sure it creates real fights between scientists and theologians, but how do the scientists think it works?
Well, think about it like a CD player versus a cell phone. A CD player makes a noise, and it comes from that particular machine. A cell phone makes a noise, but it's coming from somewhere else. And they think about the brain in the same way. It just shows how little we know about human consciousness, whether, you know, this gray matter is the source of these images, these pictures, these flashbacks, or whether it's receiving something from an alternate state. But it really speaks to how little we know about the source of our human consciousness.
Okay, Bill Weir, thanks very much. We're going to see a lot more tonight. You can see Bill's entire report, Hell, the Fear and Fascination, tonight at 10 p.m. on 2020.